This video is the last in a series that I've done, and it's going to be about Mariah. Well, the woman that I call Mariah. Most people call her Mary Magdalene. Well, most English-speaking people call her Mary Magdalene. And since this is the last video in the series about my mothers that I'm making right now, I'll probably add in a few things about others as well, because almost every time that I finish a video and I finished uploading it or whatever, the next day or whatever, I think of like, yeah, I didn't say that. I mean, I trust that everything that needs to be said is said and it's all good. Like, it's fine. But And it's not like I can even share everything that's ever happened anyway. But, like for example, I always wear earrings on Sunday. Like this one time I remember I was dressing up for something and I put on earrings and my little daughter was like, "It's not Sunday." Like she really thought, like, "Oh, you only wear jewelry on Sundays." But it's part of my worship. It's part of my worship of my mothers, because my experience with them is that they are adorned as an expression of their beauty. Like how we can smile or sing to express ourselves. They can fashion to their liking, to their feeling at the time. And so they are gloriously arrayed, beautifully adorned from the inside out. And so I wear earrings to remind myself of that eternal truth, that my adornments won't always have to be put on, but they will come from within myself and be expressed and shown. It's like, the light in their eyes, that there's something coming from within me out. And my hair, it's like, we can braid our hair, or we can curl our hair, straighten it, or, fashion it to our liking. But for them also, it's like just an expression. So, I mean, I haven't been doing my hair since I fell. Not really. And so this is just the way I woke up, literally. I took a shower last night and I went to bed, and this is what my hair looks like in the morning. I mean, it doesn't always look like this, but this is the way it looks this morning. So I was like, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Anyway, I don't know, maybe I should start this video over. That was kind of a funny intro. Mariah. Okay. I remember the first time I got to meet her. She greeted me as a sister. And there was just such a beautiful mutual adoration. And the things that she taught, I don't know if that's quite the right word, like shared with me about herself and her life here on the earth, and who she is from like an eternal perspective, like the round, and her pairing with Christ. And because I believe that Mary Magdalene was the wife of Jesus Christ, like Yeshua, in this life. And just who she is, and just being together, remembering each other, sharing, opening our hearts and minds to each other was just so beautiful. And as that closed, I immediately asked, which is a pattern of mine, I asked the Holy Ghost to show me the points like that led to this. Because sometimes when something happens that's like, whoa, that was huge, that was, paradigm shifting, that was life altering, whatever. Whew, I guess I've been holding this in for a long time. Thanks for listening so I could share it. Then it's never like that with them. They don't want to scare us. They don't want to, give us something that we're not ready for, that we can't handle, or that we would just be so afraid and reject, And so they give us like these little stepping stones to it, like anchors. That's kind of the way I see it. Like when you're climbing and you anchor yourself in, and so I asked the Holy Ghost to show me like these points that had led to this amazing experience, revelation, visitation, communion. And he showed me these times through my life when I had been given this gift of knowing about her. Like this one time, a long time ago, I had seen a picture on the front of a religious magazine, and it was like a zoom in of the Last Supper painting, I think by Leonardo da Vinci, and it showed just Christ and the person sitting next to him at the table. And I felt so strong, this knowing that it was her. She's the person in the painting is clean shaven, and hair just beautifully arrayed. And I was just like, that's his wife. Wait, what? Because my whole life I had been told that, the beloved disciple was John, and that he was like too young to grow a beard. And so that's why in all the paintings, there's this unbearded person or whatever people say. And I'm not trying to be rude. That's rude. That's not my current understanding or belief. And it was her. And the time in seminary as a teenager when we had read in the New Testament about that Christ appeared to Mary Magdalene, and the Spirit just witnessed so strong, like it's because that was her place to be the first to witness him. And I was like, yep, that was her place, that was her role, that was her right. And so just all these experiences that led up to that, of me having this gift from her of knowing who she is. And I'm sure, there's tons of books, there's tons of resources. I've had more than one friend, and my husband even got the book for me. I think it's called The Beloved Companion. I haven't read it. I've read someone sent me a couple pages of it one time, and I was like, yeah, that's her. Woo. But you could find, I'm sure, all the historical information about her. But I just wanted to share a couple of my learnings from her. And I think I did in the other video, the bonus Holy Ones video too, because she has just such a unique role. And she's the one who taught me about the importance of the relationship of mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws, and how that has just been absolutely destroyed by the adversary because of its importance in the development of men, literally males. I mean, every parent and partner relationship is vital. If you have a wrecked relationship with your parent or with your partner, not many people can climb out of that on their own. There's just a lot of healing there when there's trauma in either one of those relationships. But one of the reasons why Christ was perfect is because he was perfectly nurtured by his mother and perfectly nurtured by his wife. And so he had the might to perform the atonement because he was perfect in that way. And both she and Mariah shared with me, spoke with me, taught me about their interactions and relationship and the time that they spent together while he was in the grave, and the encouragement and just the boon that they were to each other, and the importance of having a smooth and open and supportive relationship for mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws, and how that is just such a crisis in our society right now and throughout history. I mean, just, yeah, it's wrecked. So anything you can do to heal your relationship with your mother-in-law, if you have a rocky one, you are bringing about Zion. Yeah, because it just tears men down. It tears them apart. Mariah is also the one I learned with one of my dear sister friends, with one of my dear sister friends, about her as a modern woman. We often imagine these people like way back in the day, they're like wearing their old clothes, like their period clothing. But the people who are stuck in the past are the ones who never healed, like the ones who stayed in trauma, the ones who stayed in malice, the ones who stayed in fear or whatever. Those are the people who are stuck in the past. The people who can move forward are those who are free. And so she's not like back there, 2,000 years ago. She's with us now. And, all this stuff has just been inside me for so long. It's like all coming up and feels really good. Thank you. So she's like us, like she knows all the things that we know, more than we know. And it's the people who didn't get clear in their lifetime that are blinded, trapped back there where they in the time period that they lived on the earth. But if you become enlightened, self-actualize in your life, then you're free to move on. Does that make sense? So that learning came from her. It's just incredible. She has taught me so much about nurturing from as a mother, but also as a partner. And just the importance of the power that we have as women and as people, but the power of women when we can stand fully balanced, having full access to our masculine power, having full access to our feminine power, and being able to stand fully in whatever is needed. And I woke up, I was hoping to be able to make this video today, and so I woke up with this thought in my mind, and I need to ask about it. I was immediately greeted with tasks of the day, so I can't kneel right now, so I haven't been spending time in my prayer closet per se. I've just been laying in bed or while I sleep. But I woke up with this question that I need to ask more about, because my current understanding for a long time has been that the most natural role for a woman is a mother. That nurturing, that's the most natural role for a woman. See, this is really good. And the most natural role for a man is a protector, a husband. But I woke up with this thought that, like, if there is no danger, what do we need protection from? I think it was a residual of the learnings that I had received about absolute trust earlier this week, but that just so resonated with me. If we're in a telestial sphere, yes, protection is needed because there's opposition, there's dangers. But if we're in a celestial sphere, in a state of rest, there's no protection needed. And so the most natural masculine expression would also be nurture. Does that make sense? So I need to ask more about that. Because if we truly are, that's the other thing that was like, oh, yeah. I guess I'll save that for another time. Sorry. Okay, what else do I want to share about Mariah? She is love. She is Venus, the morning and the evening star, the bookends of the day. She is beautifully receptive, perceptive, inspirational. So strong. So strong. And wise. She is my sister, my mother's sister. I'm trying to think if there's anything else about any of my mothers, since this is the last video in the series. I guess I don't need to be in scarcity about it. I could always just make another video. I hope you're having a beautiful Sabbath. I hope you're standing in your best self. Shabbat Shalom.